Hello.
Hello.
You can hear, no?
Yes, sir.
Sir. Good afternoon to all.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Where is Sudhir?
Sir, here, below you.
Below me?
Follow
Okay.
to you.
Rajesh will not be visible, I think, because he is the host. So I think you can start. Ram? He has given you green signal.
Okay.
And listen, you have to put the screen now. Since screen say share and all afterwards. Okay, go ahead, please.
We see that how many people have available to comment, or we just go ahead.
Yes, sir.
How many are there?
If anybody
Rajesh?
The number you have dialed is currently busy.
Rajesh has given okay. You can start now.
Good evening to everybody. Today we're going to talk about intern export. It's an opportunity to empower students to enter and excel in oil and gas industry. I will go and detail and talk about this project, but in summary, I can say that the project, the things we are offering here is bridging the gap between university learning and what we learn in oil and gas industry. And that's the bridging we are trying to do through this initiative. But before I start, I'd like to tell you some interesting thing about my experience of how I got to know internship and what did I learn in my uh, in experience. In the first year in IIT, I went to a university, a company, and I found extensively different or extensively vast than what I studied in university. In second year, I again went to France. Third year, I went to other places. But what it taught me all this internship is that my knowledge of industry was limited. I wanted to learn, to get mentor from somebody who know industry more than me. And there, that gap I felt. And that is the core reason. That is the core reason I felt, or the whole team felt, that that gap is there for not only for me, but most of the students who are doing engineering from different colleges. And that is the initiative we have taken to fill that gap. Now, in today's talk, I'm going to talk 5 key aspects of this program. It's an online internship and skill development program. And we will talk today why it is important, what we are offering as internship and training program, who are the expert who is going to mentor you, what benefit as a student you will gain from this course, and how you can apply or join the course. So these are the 5 key aspects we are going to talk today. Now let's start with why do we need this sort of program? As I mentioned, there is a gap between the knowledge what a student have, the industry what they need, and that is the core reason why many students are struggling or find challenging to enter in industry or even excel after they join. And that knowledge gap can be bridged by if we share the experience, share the knowledge, whoever have gone through that path, who have worked for many years in that industry. In terms of why do this project or this internship is required at this stage, I listed out 4 key reasons. First, as you all know, that this is the current situation of COVID-19, which is not allowing us to travel anywhere on-site internship or any training program. So that is one restriction we have in current environment. Second, students have limited exposure to industry. They are not much aware. They have been taught by university different aspect of degree, but they are not much aware about industry or how the projects are done, how the project are executed, how this process all happen, so that knowledge is limited. Third is the job challenges. Particularly in this situation, the students are facing challenges with job and the placement. And fourth is that there are limited contact they have who can share industry, who can experience or advise them that what is going on in industry and how they can get benefit. So these are the 4 key reasons what I felt or we felt that this is the reason, and that is causing a student at this stage to not get into the industry. And if we can fill that gap, then they can help them to get into the oil and gas industry or any industry in general. Now let's come to what we are offering to solve this problem, to solve this 4 problem for a student. What we are offering? We are offering an extensive 1-month online internship program. The program will start on 15th of June. The total number of hours we're going to cover is 24 hours over this 1 month. The program will occur 5 days a week, every day 1 hour, and there will be 4 batches per day. So there will be total 4 weeks in a month. The program will be going on, and in each month we will do a weekly assessment of a student so that we can align them. Each who participate, we can align them to the industry need so that each can get maximum benefit from this course, from this training. Now, we have been working on this, and we are going to upload the daily schedule from each instructor on the website by 14th of June so that each of you can see that what you're going to learn from this course, and each day what sort of schedule, what sort of learning you will gain from who is going to teach you and what learning you'll get. So this all will be available on our website on 14th of June. Now let's talk to what are the topics we are going to consider in this program. So there are 6 topics we will consider or we will cover in this program, in this 1-month program. We're going to learn about oil refinery design, which is very crucial if you want to get into oil and gas industry, particularly if you want to go in that section of industry. Then this knowledge will help you to strengthen your skills, and if and when you will go to a job interview, or if once you selected to go and work in a refinery, this knowledge will extensively help you to excel in your life or career. Second is drilling and entrepreneurship. What it will do is that it will give you exposure of how the drilling works, how whole process, particularly from industry perspective. And also, if some students are interested to know how they can initiate their own entrepreneur journey, how they can initiate their own company. That knowledge will also be shared. Third is the project management. That is again a very crucial aspect of any industry. And in this course, we are going to help you to learn the project management. You will learn the offshore, onshore, how the projects are first set up, how it is planned and how executed, so that finally the project complete with a timeline and budget which is given by the management. Fourth, we're going to talk about reservoir engineering. Again, this is again a core area where we talk about reservoir simulation, enhanced oil recovery, well stimulation, hydraulic fracturing, etc. Fifth, we will talk about mechanical engineering aspect like design and development of CAD, CAM, CAE for industrial application, and how mechanical engineering can be utilized. The students from mechanical engineering can get their placement and excel in oil and gas industry. Similarly, we'll do for civil engineering. Again, there you will learn the structure, design, and application, and how civil engineer can enter in the oil and gas industry, and what they need to do, and what sort of knowledge and skills can help them to excel in oil and gas industry. So all in all, this is going to give you a holistic understanding of oil and gas industry. It will give you an exposure of whole industry, starting from downstream to midstream to upstream. And that is very crucial, because if you have this knowledge, when you go for a job, when you go for any sort of placement activities, you can demonstrate your knowledge which you learn here. And that is very powerful for somebody who is hiring, to get to know that this student have this knowledge. So this is very crucial, and we are telling because we have gone through this process and we know this is required. When we also go to hire people, we look for the skills, we look for the knowledge which students have. And that's why it's very crucial that a student get all these things before they enter, or before they plan to enter in oil and gas industry. As I've mentioned, all the engineering departments have opportunity in the oil and gas industry, be it mechanical, civil, petroleum, other electronics. Everybody work on different way, on different segment of oil and gas industry. So that's why it's very important that any student from any stream can join and learn, and then can try their opportunity in the oil and gas industry. Now let's talk about who are the people behind this initiative. So we have Bhagwan Gawal sir. He's our mentor and has been working last 30 years in oil and gas industry. He had entrepreneur experience. He had built several ventures. He worked himself for several years in industry. I have been working last 15 years in the oil and gas industry, particularly in Europe side. VIJAY ji, he's also a very experienced guy with 25 plus years of experience in the oil and gas industry. Dr. R Hingole ji, Dr. Sudhir ji, and Rajesh Kumar. We're going to talk a little bit later about their expertise and how they will contribute and what sort of knowledge they are bringing to this course. But let's, in general, all the experts here have oil and gas industry knowledge or experience, and several years, over 30 years of experience. Many of them are successful entrepreneurs who have built a business, who have, proved their track record. And we all of us have worked in the MNC, gained the knowledge how the projects work, how it's executed, how it's done, all this, the whole life cycle of the project we have dealt with. And we have hands-on experience of dealing with the project, and this knowledge can be shared when we'll engage with a student, when we'll talk to a student through this course. Now, I will talk about Gawal sir, but I will rather me talking. I think Gawal sir, I will ask him to talk about his exposure, his experience, so that you guys know that what value he's going to bring to the course. Gawal sir, can you please talk on this, on your contribution in the course?
Okay. Good afternoon, students and all the attendees and the speakers here. Myself, Bhagwan Gawal. I work with many multinational companies like Larsen and Toubro, Hindustan Petroleum, Caltex, Bahrain, then now it is Chevron. I also work with Emirates National Oil Company, Dubai. So after working almost 25 years in different departments like refinery, oil storage terminals, supply, operation, distribution, marketing, and trading. So most of the oil industry I have worked. So almost 25, 30 years practical experience in various business streams. I have worked with all these multinational organizations within India as well as foreign countries. So whatever knowledge I gained during this my tenure, I have decided to start my own entrepreneurship at Dubai in the year 2002. Initially, I started trading oil and gas trading company. The trading company, what they do, we buy petroleum products from different refineries, different terminals, or from the different majors like BP, Shell, Vitol, Glencore, and we buy and sell to different markets in India, Southeast Asia, African market, UK, Singapore, everywhere. So we buy and sell like petroleum products like crude, naphtha, LPG, jet kerosene, diesel, furnace oil, bitumen, base oils, and petrochemicals. So we buy and sell to different traders as well as end users. This is how I started my own business at Dubai and from Dubai. After successful completion of few years, we launched a company in the name of DASOFF Petroleum Services at Abu Dhabi. That company mainly works in EPC projects like on onshore and offshore. See, the EPC project is engineering, procurement, and construction. So, so this company was formed at Abu Dhabi in 2011. We are pre-qualified with entire ADNOC group like Abu Dhabi National Oil Companies, Abu Dhabi Gas Companies, Emirates National Oil Company. So all the companies we are vendor registered. Even we are registered with Oil and Gas Natural Corporation in India. So we are eligible to participate various projects onshore and offshore. So what type of projects? All the projects like refinery, refinery construction, maintenance, then oil storage building, pipelines. Then you go for maintenance. You regularly have to do the maintenance of all the plant, equipments, machinery in the refinery as well as storage terminals, as well as oil and gas production centers. So you require frequent, regular maintenance services, and this is what we have started this company in Abu Dhabi. Okay, so considering this experience, what we gained, what we thought during this lockdown situation, all the students are at home, and so particularly this year, they cannot visit the industry for practical internship programs. So, see, we six experts from and business people from oil industry, what we did, what we thought, let us design some good program for the students of all the streams like civil engineering, mechanical engineering, electrical engineering, then chemical engineering, petroleum engineering, instrumentation, and many other graduates and MBAs. So we have designed the program in such a way that the students from second, third, and final year, or even MTech student, or even MBAs, they will get the insight of the oil refinery. So, as Mr. Paswan explained, we have designed the course program in upstream, midstream, and downstream. Okay, so during these sessions, what we are going to take, particularly myself, I'll be conducting and giving the guidance to you in refinery, oil storage terminals, supply operations, trading, because in this, all the engineers work, refinery, oil storage, even trading, as well as supply operations. The engineers' roles are very important. From civil engineer to mechanical to all the engineers are required in all these business segments. So during this 1 month session, we will conduct myself will conduct on the refinery side. So what we are going to do, see, the student, you have already studying at the colleges and learning the books, learning some topics. Okay, so we are not going to teach you again those bookish knowledge. What we are thinking, we will give you our practical experience to you in the form of, we'll create some project. See, for example, what I am thinking is how to build the refinery. Okay, this is a project I would like to give to the student. So to build the refinery, there are various aspects are there. Okay, this is what I am going to explain, from see, land acquisition, to do the feasibility studies, to arrange the finance, to then procurement of all the refinery and storage terminal, plant equipment, machinery, process units, pipelines, oil storages, okay, procurement. Then how to construct, how to do the fabrication. So the bidding process is there. Invite the tenders from different packages. Uh, then uh, then once the refinery is built, then you go to the product will go to the storage. The storage, from storage, it goes to for export as well as for domestic consumption. So we'll explain to you what is domestic consumption, what is export, how to handle this distribution, supply and distribution once the product reach to the storages. Okay, then also there is another aspect is oil trading. Trading is a big area. Okay, so you can do the international trading, export to different countries or import. So trading also we will cover. Then we will also give you insight on how to arrange the banking and banking credit lines to do any businesses or to run any businesses, or how to arrange the banking finance. So this is what I am going to cover during this 1 month session. So, okay, so but it will be totally on project base. At the end of the session, we will make sure you will understand how to build the refinery in nutshell. See, you will not know the full detail, but at least definitely you will have the basic understanding to build the refinery. Like how to build your house, you require everything, right? So similar way, how to build the refinery. This is what I have taken the responsibility to share my practical experience and pass on to the youngsters like you. Whatever experience we earned so far, I feel we should transform to the next generation, and that is my objective in my life. And I would like to request most of the students to join this course, because you will be learning tremendous knowledge during this 1 month session. In addition to my subject, uh, during my sessions, all other five experts also will be conducting the sessions on their own topics. So you are not going to learn only my program, but also you will get something insight on the what is project management, what is mechanical designing, what is civil engineering structures, what is mechanical CAD, CAM, and all. then process engineering, then you will have reservoir engineering, how the oil drilling operation works. So you will have the complete insight. In addition to what each subject I will be giving, other experts will take and give overview for at least 1 or 2 hours in 1 month. So not daily, they will come for 1 or 2 months, but all the 5 will cover. So you will get the complete upstream, midstream, and downstream knowledge of entire refinery. Okay. So again, I request everyone register yourself today. Registration is open, and the fees what we are charging is very minimum, because we have to charge something. That's why we are charging. Otherwise, in other circumstances, we would have given free. But if it is a free, people doesn't have the value. That's why we have kept this minimum fee. Okay. See, if you go for physical training for internship to the offices or any factories, you will have to travel. So you are losing the time. You have to spend on your transportation cost. So that daily cost is there. You have to spend money for the food. So considering all the costs incurred in 1 month, the 2,000 rupees fees is very negligible. So I request everyone to consider this and take the advantage. This is the lifetime opportunity you are getting to interact with the experienced people like us and those who are the business people. We are not regular trainers. We are not this thing, but we will give you our practical experience. So once the practical experience there, I think everybody will gain maximum knowledge and understanding of that particular subject. So once again, thank you very much and wish you all the best. Start registering yourself and take the opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Now it's me. I can talk about my experience and then what I can contribute in the project. It's not mentioned, but I graduated from IIT Guwahati. I had an entrepreneurship diploma from Babson College. I worked with the research team at Imperial College London. And last 15 years, I've been working in oil and gas industry. Last 11 years, as an entrepreneur, I'm leading a company called PetroleumSoft, which is based in UK. My experience, the way I've been serving oil industry is in the domain of reservoir simulation, reservoir engineering, enhanced oil recovery, well stimulation, hydraulic fracturing, numerical software development, and entrepreneurship. What we do, we have developed technology in this domain, and particularly we are focusing on digitalization of oil field, which is a very talk about topic in the oil and gas industry. And there are a lot of opportunity, a lot of E&P companies is working in this domain. And that's the area we are working to contribute to the oil and gas industry. Whatever I learn in the working with the different clients, working through our company, serving other clients, I think through this course, I would like to help a student to learn from my experience. I can help you, particularly if you come from petroleum or even mechanical from CFD, because I started my journey from mechanical and then I did my CFD and then I moved to petroleum. So, or any stream, if you want to go in reservoir simulation area, I can help you. I can help you how the whole structure of software development work in upstream domain, starting from developing algorithm, validating, benchmarking, field data analysis, throughout whole cycle of software development, we can help you to learn. We can help you to learn enhanced oil recovery. What are the technique used in enhanced oil recovery? Particularly in India, if you guys know, government had signed EOR for all Indian companies. They have to go for EOR. And there is a lot more opportunity if you strengthen your skills in the EOR domain. You could learn chemical EOR technique, how we can help oil industry, oil company to estimate the impact of chemical, let's say, polymer flooding, surfactant flooding, ASP flooding, how WEG, water alternate gas work, how PVT analysis work. So all this analysis, all this in-depth knowledge about reservoir engineering, which will give you a strength when you go to a job interview, when you go in industry, this knowledge can be utilized by you in the placement as well as after the placement. So these are the topic I'm going to cover, and I'm going to help you. Again, the entrepreneurship is very important and very close to my heart. Starting any business is very easy, but building the business, going through ups and downs, and like Gawal sir was telling that, creating fund, where to create the fund, how to sustain, how to build the technology, how to benchmark in the market, how to market in your product in the industry. There are a series of activities involved. That knowledge, whatever I got in the last 11 years, I'll be definitely sharing with you so that you can become a next entrepreneur in the oil and gas industry. So this is the way I can contribute. In addition, if you want me, that's what the benefit of this course again is, the networking. Because all the experts you see here, they all are connected in different segments of oil and gas industry. And if you network with us, and sometimes either our company needs some fresher, or some of our partner company require, then we can certainly refer your CV, assuming that you're capable to deliver the work. So that network will also be a very important aspect of this course. So aligning you with the skills or requirement of needs of industry, and providing you network which will help you, which will facilitate you to enter into the industry and excel in the industry. And that's where me and other instructor will contribute. Now I will ask Vijay. He is again a very experienced person, working extensively in oil and gas industry. He will talk about his experience and how he can contribute and help you to excel and succeed in your career. Vijay, please.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Paswan and Dr. Gawal. It's basically a noble thought which has actually come out of mind of Dr. Gawal, and then we thought, okay, why not to get contributed? Whatever experience so far we have gained. About me, it's like last 29 years I have been working in the oil and gas industry. So if you really see from the stage when the project gets conceptualized and then gets designed, get into a real the preparatory mode, and how it is executed, and then commissioned and handed over to the company, the way they were intending it, the way it was expected. So now we have to understand one thing. My expertise I'm right now presenting is like a project management, and project management appears to be a generic term, but every single activity, every single the task we take in our normal life also, it goes through certain life cycle. It goes through certain understanding. Unless you know the objectives, unless you know your goals, unless you know your direction, you will never achieve it. And how do that particular thing gets happen and done is the kind of principles which are actually implemented very successfully. I can talk about my experience when I was working in India, particularly for one of the company I will not name as such. The kind of theoretical understanding what I was having during the college time, whatever I was learning, I was finding a kind of a, there was not a very great connectivity. And I was wondering, what is that? So one thing was like, okay, number one is like understanding what company needs. Number two, what are the procedures which are implemented in the company? And number three, how you are correlating yourself with that. And number four, whatever we are learning, so much for those 4 or 5 years in the engineering, and before that as well, how it is getting implemented into those whatever work we are doing. I think there was a bit kind of a disconnect. I was feeling that it was not coming. But when I moved out and coming out and joining some of the good companies, during my last so many years, I just found that there are companies, and most of them are quite successful. Most of them having a very great work culture. The way to interact with the, with the employees, the way to groom the freshers, and setting the values. So the values can be anything. They are starting from the social, the work cultural, and also developing them as a person. Every aspect is taken care of, and most prominent, important is like HSC quality. These are the terms what is generally used, and not very. I will say like we are moving towards that, but the way it is being implemented in some of the good companies is different. Now, having understood all those elements, it is but natural to to feel that how it can be also given to the next generation. Let next generation pick up those values, get that particular experience, understand, and get themselves prepared to get into the industry. Now, I'll tell you one example, good example. In my past working with one of the company, what we had done was like we had picked up around 20 freshers from the college. In fact, we had given a training during their last year of engineering from one of the good college in Mumbai, and we get them, on board, and what we found was like, the way they were interacting, the way they were able to, implement their task and the ideas were excellent. You may not, I wouldn't have seen the guys with this, say, even the 5 years of experience were able to match with, their enthusiasm and the understanding and really properly implementing it. Now, why this has happened? This has happened only because they were given the good understanding about what are the procedures, what are the requirements of the company, and and the different aspects of the projects, and at what time, what is more important, and how it is fitting into. Understanding that is your first step to get closer to your goal. Because what I'm seeing is like, when we come out of the college, we certainly dream a lot, actually. Then we start getting into a company and we start understanding, no, okay, we have to sharpen ourselves a little bit more. I think there is something more requirement is there. And we try and get ourselves sharpened into that. We waste a lot of time, a lot of years to adjust ourselves to the requirements of the industry and to the companies. And we start finding where are my goals and how it is fitting into that. Am I satisfied? Am I not satisfied? What is happening with me? People in the range of experience of 3 to 5 or 3 to 7 years are actually going through a miserable phase where they are trying to find themselves. Now, and after that, they start getting themselves settled. So by the time you really get settled and understand what you want, I'm talking about a, say, larger section, say about 80%. I'm not talking about those who can, right the day one, they know what exactly they want to do. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the 80 to 90% of the, the students. This is the experience they will have it. Now, to know that experience, if they want to make their career in the companies and make themselves successful, what should they do really? Knowing that upfront is their first step towards achieving their goal. I mean, that's my understanding. So what we have thought about is like making this particular program is more practical oriented, more experience based. So you take these as your lessons, and build up your career on that. We are going to also certainly be helping you guys to understand about your acumen, your expertise, where your goal and what kind of things you want to achieve in life. So what you should choose so that you will feel happy and you will be successful as well. So the intent is good. And as Dr. Gavi was mentioning, the fee, I believe, is too low, in my opinion, in the international market. But we are all committed for that. So if you are taking the advantage of this available, the kind of a program which is getting developed, which is developed already, uh, is good in my opinion. So I would appeal again to everyone that get yourself this particular understanding and join this particular program. This will be really helping you. That's what one of the things I can certainly be telling you. Now, one question comes in, like why oil and gas and why project management? Uh, First is like oil and gas is the core business in the world right now. Despite whatever people are talking about, the prices have come down, and these are all temporary things which is happening in the market. But oil and gas, almost like 60 to 70% of the other setups, other companies, other industries are totally related to the petroleum industry, oil and gas. And that is how it is. Okay. So oil and gas, if you know the oil and gas, your exposure in getting in the industry, in different types of industries are more. You have a lot of opportunities there. And why project management? Well, okay, project management, in my opinion, gives you complete understanding about the project, the entire life cycle, the understanding like how the things are happening, right from the day one till the last day uh, of delivering the project. So it gives you quite good insight about shaping up the things, the requirements, various stages, what are the things required, and that can help you in a person as well. Like to setting up your own goals. Uh, so in my opinion, goals. This is a nice, noble thoughts which has been come out of the Dr. Gavi's mind, and we are all supporting that. Please take good note of this, and again, I will appeal more the response. It is always good to pass on the information. Thank you. Over
Thank
to
you.
you. Yeah, Mr. Paswan.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Now let's go to Dr. R S Hingole ji. Again, I was very impressed to see have published 18 patents. I think that's a very great achievement as per my understanding, and he have achieved quite a lot of things in his academic professional career, and he is going to talk about his experience and how he can contribute being a professor in mechanical engineering department, how he will contribute or nurture a student to gain from this course or this training. Rahulji, please go ahead.
Yeah, good afternoon to all. Thank you, Paswan sir, for introducing me. I am Dr. R S Hingole, working as a professor in the Mechanical Engineering Department, DY Patil Group. I particularly deal with the machine design, CAD, CAM, CAE, and the metal forming processes. Nowadays, the students are facing a lot of problem due to the COVID situation. They are unable to go to the college, and whatever the time they are having, so they have to spare for some good work, for the training work, for the intern work. And whatever this course is basically designed for all the engineering, diploma, ITI, and undergraduate and postgraduate students. So when machine design comes, it is everywhere in the oil and gas sector, in the automotive, refinery plants, chemical factories, everywhere. So when we are at college level, although professor or your teacher giving the good insight, theoretical knowledge as well as the practicals are there, and although they are doing well, but when the industries are concerned, so in that situation we have to handle the industrial projects, industrial tasks very effectively. So whatever the experience I have in the teaching as well as handling the research work and the industrial exposure, so definitely the whatever this machine design, the seems to be a very simple term. When we are going in the industry, it is a very huge task we have to handle there. So how we can manufacture the different types of parts, components in the oil refinery plants or maybe in the automotive plants. So that design, maybe the CAD, okay, creation, modification, and optimization of the particular model is very important. So yeah, theoretically we calculated all the design parts and whatever the dimensions we are calculated by using the various software or manually also. But when we are focusing on the some so at that time student face a lot of problem, how to start and how to develop the model, how it select the material, how it can be analyzed, how it can be optimized, and how there is a final design and how it can be go for the final manufacturing the part. So whatever these aspects are there that I will cover in my particular module. So I will take the some case studies. So I will show the very simple model in front of me. So this part is a very seems to be very simple. Okay, but when we are actually going for the particular design stage, so on field practically we have to measure all the dimensions and we have to create the such type of model. So this model seems to be very simple, but it is used upon the heavy machineries. Okay, so what is the material of it? Again, how this material is get selected? What is the stiffness? What is the rigidity? So all these, whatever the practical aspects are there, that I am going to cover in the CAD/CAM CE model. After that, there are different case studies that I will going to cover during this particular 1 month training. And for the live problem also, I will give it related with the CAD/CAM CE and how the different types of parts are get machined and how they are manufactured. So that is also I am going to show you. And online I will provide you the some assignments or the simple project work to complete within the 15 days. Again, whatever the problems we have to solve again in the 15 days, like that. In the 1 month of duration, we are committed to you get ready for the industrial work. And whatever this our training sessions are there, so these are get placement in the good MNCs. Again, to become the entrepreneur, that is also one of a task behind it. And so depending on your eligibility, your abilities, so we are definitely assist you to get a job in the good industries. So nowadays, the whatever the scenario is there in the market, so that really we can make it as an opportunity for all our students. Okay. So with this, I am concluding my this particular information about the module. Lastly, I appeal to all the students of the engineering disciplines, diploma, ITI, undergraduates and postgraduate students to register for the course and make your life more comfortable by attending this course and make your career very much bright. And we experts from the industry or from the academic also are going to help you so in the nearby future also. So thank you very much for giving this opportunity to talk here this particular session. Thank you, Paswan sir. Thank you, Honorable Gavi sir. So thank you all the experts.
Thank you, Dr. Rahulji. Thank you very much, and it's very impressive. Let me go now to the next speaker, Sudhirji. Dr. Sudhir is again a civil engineering professor in MIT, Pune, and long experience, over 20 years of experience working, 18, 20 years of experience working on different projects. And he's going to talk about his experience and how he will contribute in the growth of students through this course. Dr. Sudhir, please go ahead.
Thank you, Rameshwar sir. Basically, I wanted to say to the students who are joining those courses, this is the very good chemistry which is built with the academicians, technical people who are coming from civil engineering, from mechanical engineering, and the well experienced people which are related to oil and gas industry. It is a very beautiful model we prepare here. In this model, we are going to have the preparation of the oil and gas report, how to work in the oil and gas, which are the technical things we are introducing. We are having involvement of the technical aspects, having engineering aspects in this course, and also how we are going to run this course. So those are the various models we are bifurcating, and accordingly we have prepared the module of individuals. Now I am coming from the civil engineering background. Here, since 21 years, I am working with or I am dealing with the designing of civil engineering structures like industrial steel structures, industrial RCC buildings, and here this civil engineer is playing very important role along with the geotechnical, soil investigation, and foundation engineering. So those are the various different models in the civil engineering branch, like design of industrial steel structure, design of RCC structures, and design of geotechnical foundations and all. Okay. Now I will cover the one module that is the design of RCC structures. In this model, we are going to have the plan of the industrial structure which is required for the oil and gas company. Here we are studying about the IS codes which are useful for the design of RCC structure. Along with that, we are giving this certain models or certain maps to the students which they themselves will build at their own. So here we are introducing some hand calculations of the design of slabs, design of beams, design of column, design of foundation, and same model, same hand calculations they will do at home. So this will be the parallel process we will follow in the class as well as the student will parallelly do at home. So those are hand calculations they will complete. Along with that, they will understand how to analyze those elements like slab, beams, columns, and footing with the help of softwares, and how to design with the help of the software. Same model they will prepare at the home and cover this part at their home. So this will be the parallel running process we will have to cover in the class within 1 month, and we will have the detailing of all the RCC elements along with the scheduling of the elements, and this element we will cover in the classroom as well as the student will complete at the home. Next one, we will go to the detailing and drawing of all the elements along with the quantity which required for the certain projects, and those calculations the student will also complete at their home, and those calculations they will do with the help of software also. Then we will calculate the total cost of the project, and the student will also carry the same process at their home. Next one, we will have some preparation of the report at the end of this course, and this report will be useful for the student to complete the RCC project, RCC design project of the civil engineering related to the oil and gas company. Then we are conducting some oral presentation with the student, and we will later on distribute the certificate to the student. So this is what one model. Parallelly, such type of models we are having like a industrial shade, industrial structure, and parallelly we are having some certain geotechnical or geology engineering, which is very important and basic need of the oil and gas company. I think this is the very core and a basic to the student, because without civil engineering we cannot construct any oil and gas industry. So this part we are going to deal with, and uh, in this way we will have to complete the engineering process in this oil and gas company. Over to, this is what from my side. Over to Rameshwar sir, please.
About you and how you can contribute. Now I'm going to talk the last expert from our team, Mr. Rajesh Kumar. Personally, I have been very encouraged the kind of commitment, the kind of dedication as an entrepreneur, as an industry professional he has shown through my short interaction with him. So he's a very, very knowledgeable and dedicated person, and certainly the student can gain quite a lot from Mr. Rajesh. He's going to again, he will talk his experience and how he will contribute to the industry through his experience and exposure. Mr. Rajesh, please go ahead. Hello. I think he is not available, I guess. Okay. I think he's not available. Let's do like that. Okay, I'll go ahead with the session. He might. Okay. Now let's talk about some of the final aspect. Whoever the student who's going through this live session, who's listening this open session, let me talk that four core benefits what they will get from this course. Of course, all the instructor, all the experts talk about how they will contribute, what benefit they will bring to the course and to the student, how they can align their skills and extend their knowledge. But here are the four key value which I think which can be kind of articulated. First is the alignment of skills, and in my view this is the most powerful thing for the whole course, because if you don't have right skills, then there is no chance that you'll get into that. And then even if you get into that, there is no chance to excel. So that alignment you'll get from this course, and this is the most important aspect of this course. And we will make sure that all the experts in the group will make sure that you get that alignment, you get that skills which is required, you get that knowledge, so that when you go for your job placement or career afterward, you can utilize those skills, those knowledge. So that is the first gain you're going to get out of this. Certificates, as most of our team members have companies outside India, Petroleumsoft, my company in UK, Gawal sir companies in Abu Dhabi, Dubai, and we have also company in India. So these company will issue certificate, and that certificate is also very beneficial when you apply for a job. Then you can show that this experience you got from these companies abroad or within India. Third is the career advice. Based on our experience, how to approach a placement interview, how to network, how to get in contact with the right recruitment agency or company. This all advice, including the how to prepare CV. I have noticed that even the students, of course, the placement section is helping them, but many times uh, they focus on something else than what is asked. And that is very crucial because that's the face of a student when they're applying. So this is very crucial, and there we can guide that what exactly when we go to an interview, or when we try to look for a candidate, what we really look for in the CV of a student. So that experience we can share, so that you know what you need to put in your CV, and where to network and where to apply. And the fourth is the networking. Like I mentioned, we have been working with the international oil companies. My company, we have been doing businesses in Mexico, to US, to UK, to Middle East. So we are connected with several industry, several professionals globally. Guys that have extensive knowledge and experience or network globally. Other professionals have, again, extensive experience and knowledge, and that network can be shared with you if and when required. Of course, we will be connected, and through that, if and when someone, often it happens that some industry colleague or friend asks for certain skills or certain profile, and there, if we know you are capable to deliver, will be certainly help you to connect you to get that job. So that networking is very important. So we'll help you with aligning the skills, providing certificates, providing career advice, and networking. And in addition to these four, there are multiple other benefits. But those are, again, comes as an addition, but this will be the core of this course, which you can gain from this course. Now, who are the company supporting this initiative? Like I said, the company was founded by Gawal sir, founded by me, some of the other of our friends. This company are either based in India or outside India. And these companies are supporting this initiative so that we can help the student to get that the society, the student community can gain from our experience, our learning, which we might learn through hard way. Now, to the final note, how you can join the course. I'm sure you have been going through a long discussion and waiting to know that how you can apply. Again, all the speakers have talked about how you can apply. But if you want to know about the course or you want to apply, you can certainly visit the website. This is a website, it's called internexpert.in. Just check the site. If you have more information, you can shoot a message from there. Write us a mail. There's a phone number. You can call us. We'll be happy to help. And again, we will mention that this course can help all of you, all the students, to gain a lot more, and this will help you extensively during this situation of job situation or environmental situation. Now, like Gawal sir said, many other speakers again said about the fee. In my view, this is a free course. Because if you know the kind of money you charge, I charge, right? You always expect the charge in industry, 2,000 is nothing compared to what we charge by now. But we are doing because we feel deeply that we can help the students. We utilize our time when we are also sitting home, so we can utilize to contribute to the student community, and we can help them what they need to get into their career. And that's the reason this course is important and valuable. So please go and check the site, check it, how it is beneficial, and then you apply and connect with us. Even if you want to get an advice, we are free and open to send a message, and we'll be happy to advise and guide you. Thank you very much. Now, if anybody have any question, they can comment, and then we'll be happy to respond.
Question answer, please. You appeal to the audience and let them ask the questions.
Yes, everybody in the audience, please raise your question. I see that there are a lot of comments and is there. Mr. Azhar Rahman is talking that due to COVID-19, we cannot move anywhere, so it's good to come up internship online. With professional, wish you all the best, and then we need to see some questions here. Yes, how is gonna be for Corona pass out students? Will they have no value of their degree? So, Viraj Lohate have raised a question that how it will be for Corona pass out students. Will they have low value for the degree? I do not think that everything is lower based on the time. It's more the skills, and that's where we are contributing here. That's where we are helping here. It's not the time that helps degrade your value. It's the skills what you carry will degrade or degrade your value.
Yeah, no, in fact, basically, I think there is a correction which is happening in the market, in the job scenario, but it is a correction for the students who gain the early knowledge and early understanding. They will, get boosted because anyway, industry has to revive. Right now, it's more like a sentimental because of the corona, and it's kind of a fear, which is actually putting everybody at home or kind of a constrained work which is going on. But it's not going to be the situation because the consumption of the world is going to be remaining same, and in fact it may increase. So you can expect a boom time next year once the things get settled. So I will say there is a correction, but there's not going to be undervalue anybody's knowledge, understanding, and their work. But more you ask for skills, I think early it is always better.
Next question is the timing of the daily hours. Anybody want to tell about the timing?
You show the slide.
So they want to know like what time in the morning and evening this session will start, or
that on 14th. On 14th, we will give the schedule timing.
Right.
On 14th.
So Viraj have asked the same question about timing. We will publish information on our website, but typically it will be morning time. We will if there is any concern, but it's a morning and evening time. Another question is, what is the price for the course? We have already mentioned the price is 2,000 rupees. Next is, has the pandemic affected the oil and gas industry? So do you want to say something about that Corona?
Yes, there is a severe impact on oil and gas industry because the demand was less because there was no movement of oil all over the world globally. No flights were running, no automotive industry, no industries were running. So there was a severe impact on the prices. So when the prices are down, the economy is down. So, but now the slowly from the crude oil from minus, it is coming to 30-40 per barrel. So it is picking up. So not to worry, it will take another 5-6 months to recover and normalize. Thank you.
And next question is from Muhammad. He talked, will we have a touch in all expert topics? Uh, so do you want to say about the topic? You want to know that what will be scheduled?
The topic, see, you have option to choose one or more topics, but you have to pay for each topic separately. Each topic you'll have to pay the fees, but you have option to participate maximum, no problem. You can choose 1, 2, 3, 4, no problem. So each topic will be 1 hour duration each. So if you want to occupy for daily 3-4 hours, you can take 4 topics. So 4 topics multiplied by 2,300, you have to pay around 9 to 10,000 rupees fee. If you want to select one topic, only 2,080. That's all. So topic wise fees are there.
One of the student has have a question. During this pandemic, they will pass B. They have a low value for their degree.
Yes.
So I will answer
you
this.
will get the certificate from our companies. Yes. So our companies are legal, authenticate, and instead of doing the internship program, visiting the industries, you will do online program. Okay, and the entrepreneurs in future while hiring, they will understand because of this locked in situation, you have to undergo this online training. So definitely the college as well as the employer will accept this, because when you approach to go for any interview, they will ask on that topic, okay, what do you learn? So I believe if you complete this 1 month session, you will be in a position to answer very well.
Yes,
Shall I
Rahulji.
answer one question, sir? Yeah.
Yes,
So
please.
Mr. Lavati has
How
asked
we
the
are going to get
question.
industrial experience by doing an online internship. Okay, so you will not be at the plant or at the refinery, but through the our experience and through the some diagram, through some pictures, and through some videos, definitely you will get some insight of the industry. Okay, so so definitely we have a handicap. We cannot visit at the plant, but we will try to give the maximum possible during this online sessions.
Another
So
question.
I will give the answer
Can
for few
engineers
questions,
from
sir.
computer science background apply for the course? Yes, sure, because computer engineers also are required in uh, in oil industry. Computer engineers are practically plays major role, because you are the back office people who help to run the plant. So your expertise is definitely required in oil industry.
Yes, Rahulji, you want to say something?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I will give the answer of one question. So during the
Is
pandemic
there any
situation,
scope for electronic and telecommunication engineering? Yes, as as you are well aware, now we are marching towards the digitalization and electronics and all. So definitely you have a huge scope in oil industry. Electronic and telecommunication engineers are required.
What topic will be more suitable for the instrument?
For instrumentation engineer, I think you can take refinery, because refinery and the reservoir engineering as well as drilling operation. So all the three topics are suitable for you, because instrumentation engineer plays the key role in all the refinery plants. So your job is everywhere. So you are fit in all the stream, all the segments of business, either refining or drilling operation or reservoir or everywhere. So instrumentation engineers are very much uh, required in even you can select project management, because as a instrumentation engineer you should know what is the project. So they are also part and parcel of the project team. At this stage, we cannot commit anything for the placement, but definitely, if there is any scope, we'll definitely consider if there is any gap is there or any assignment is available, we'll definitely consider. If not, we will recommend to some other industries. Yes, you can join. Frankly speaking, if you join at the second year level, you will understanding of the subject will be better. So, while doing third and final year, you'll have your focus goal set in front of you, because during the course, we are going to give you the targets. What is goal setting? What you are going to achieve during second, third, and final year, and after final year, what should be your goal? We are going to conduct the exercise goal setting. What do you want to become after this completion of your studies? The duration of the course is 1 month. We are going to conduct a daily 1 hour for 6 days, 5 or 6 days. We'll cover 24 hours in a month. So it is a 1 month duration. Okay, so 24 hours we are going to conduct this. 1 hour each daily.
There is no more question.
Yeah, there are no questions. I think.
Yes.
You can sum up.
Yes. So thank you very much, everybody,
Thank you,
for live and listening to our talk. All the speaker. I think I always learn from Gawal sir and all this speaker, and I definitely encourage any student who is going to view, either viewing now or when we upload this video on YouTube, that definitely get connected either with us or anybody, but get mentorship that will help you in your career. Especially if we talk about this course is going to help tremendously to your career, to you to align with the industry need and to excel in your career. So that is the value which we will bring to you through this course, and I will encourage all the students to join, engineering students to join and share the knowledge what we have learned through hard way for many years, and we can easily share and help you to grow, and that's what we want to do through this course. So thank you. Anything anybody else want to share? Rahul ji, Vijay ji, Sudhir ji, or sir?
No,
I
it's
think
fine.
it's a good opportunity for.
Fine, sir. Fine, sir. Just fine. Okay.
Thank you. Yeah.
Fantastic. Thank you very much, guys. Thank you very much.
Thank
you.
Good luck, and please go to the website internexpert.in and check all the information. There's a phone number, there's other detail. If you have a question, send it to us. We'll be happy to respond and apply there. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, everyone.